Map 5 of Crumpets, mint chocolate. Which I must say, this is probably the best map in Crumpets. It's only a mere 40 enemies, so you must be like, oh yeah, this map is completely free, but it's absolutely not. It's basically five minutes of pure blood-pumping action. But the hardest fight you can get done pretty fast. Basically the opening of this, you gotta get everything in fight a little bit. Just kill that pain elemental that's already dead. Get rid of this revenant as well. And the name of this map is Mint Chocolate, and I'm gonna be honest, mint chocolate is the superior ice cream flavor. It's, you know, too much chocolate, I feel like a fat ass, and, it's just not good. It kind of makes me sick afterwards. But, adding the mint and, just having the chocolate chips, that's just perfect. Anyways, this is the hardest fight of the map, by far, so we do this, early. Because, you gotta, like, kill the cyber demon with very little room. There's also an archvile. But, we got through that pretty fast. Basically, the map is kind of free if you know what you're doing after this, but, you could croak. It's just, it is what it is. But since you can just do that fight immediately, it's not that big of a deal. Also, you get BFG, which is very much needed later. So now what we're going to do is kill this revenant, which is a bit of a nuisance. Also, we're going to keep that Whole Knight alive. He's just chilling. He doesn't need to be killed. We're also now going to kill these chain gunners, because, of course, they're chain gunners. And now there's a very scary Arachnotron, but basically what we're going to do here is do a little maneuver. Basically just run away. Of course there's revenants that came up, but then we just get a green armor, which is probably needed for the final fight, but, we're just not going to use that right now. So we're just going to get some infighting going with these Arachnotrons and the revenants, and place your bets on who's going to win this one. I'm not exactly sure. Let's just see. My guess is that the revenant is going to win this infighting battle. Alright, I lost all my money. Anyways, so yeah. We just get all of these bullets, which are probably not necessary, but, well. Now we can just do this fight over here, which I think this is supposed to be the first fight you do, but we're just doing this last. So you have, like, a lot more shells than you would typically have, which makes the fight kind of easier. But you're still just, gonna have to infight stuff. Kill these very annoying Mancubi, which are the kings of being very obnoxious in this video game. My least favorite enemy in the game, for sure. And now we just hit the switch and whittle down these barons, which I actually prefer over Mancubi. They're not that annoying. They're very meditative to kill. With the super shotgun of it, especially. And now we get to go to the final fight, which can be a little scary if you don't know what you're doing, but first of all, we just gotta do a little cleanup, especially with this Hell Knight. He's been waiting very much for us to kill him. And now the final fight, which, all these panel elementals, but, they die immediately. Not too big of a deal. And yeah, fight's basically over at this point. You just gotta do some cleanup. There are probably a bit too many Barons and Hell Knights needed, but, it's just 40 enemies. It's, a bit, like, yeah, that's basically the map. It's really nice. Like, I don't know what makes it set apart from the other Crumpets maps, but, it's just absolutely everything I want from early Redwood speed mapping. Anyways, see ya.